Ayanaha.
You're muted, Anand.
Good afternoon, Sean.
How are you?
Good.
Are you kicking us off or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can keep going. We'll
Yeah.
wait for a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Just to test this.
Yep.
Further on.
Seems to be working.
Okay.
Yep. We'll get started in a minute. Okay. We're still having people joining. Okay, I guess on the interest of time, maybe we should get started. We have a quorum of people. So first of all, good afternoon, everyone. For those in the Central and the Eastern time zone, and good morning for the people on the to the west of us. So we are kicking off kind of the VCO series today for VCO stands for the Virtual Consulting Office of iGuide, which is the Institute of Geospatial Understanding through an Integrative Discovery Environment. And the topic for today is Spatial AI Challenge. And our PI for the iGuide project, Dr. Shawan Wong, will be presenting this session. But again, I know the presentation is more about kind of the Spatial AI Challenge that iGuide has announced at our forum a couple months back. And the deadline is, I guess, due in about a week. So for the abstracts, so this would be a good opportunity for the community to ask questions and for us to respond. So Dr. Wang will be reading our discussion today, and feel free to interrupt and ask questions. This is supposed to be an interactive session. So with that, without further ado, Shawan, to you.
Thank you, Anand. As Anand introduced, I'm Shawan Wang from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm lead iGuide project, and I'm really delighted today to introduce to you our Spatial AI challenge, aiming to foster fair data and open science practices using the iGuide platform. And Virtual Consulting Office is our regular activity, meaning to really encourage participation from you all, of course today. Thank you for joining us, but also broadly the community at large coming to our Virtual Consulting Office to learn about what iGuide is doing and what iGuide could do for the community. And as Anand mentioned, I hope to make today's session as interactive as possible. Feel free to register your questions to the chat as I'm speaking, but also to signal if you have questions, and Anand will watch this process and let me know if I should pause to respond to any questions or comments. But the slide deck I have prepared here, I hope to get through as efficiently as possible. The outline is shared on the slide. First, I'll introduce iGuide and this Spatial AI challenge we have launched, and the importance of fair data and open science. And I'll have an overview of the iGuide platform, which we will use to support this challenge, and the format of the challenge, as well as our goals, and explain to you how to participate. And finally, hope to have lots of time left for Q&A. So iGuide, if you go to our project webpage, you will get here, and it's a center funded by the National Science Foundation with the vision to drive digital discovery and innovation by harnessing the geospatial data revolution. And our mission is to advance convergence and the geospatial sciences for holistic sustainability solutions. And we have a good number of collaborating institutions listed on this slide. UIUC is the lead institution, but also 10 other institutions. In the interest of time, I will not go through all the institutions one by one, but at the same time, we are partnered with a variety of organizations from industry, academia, and government agencies and other organizations. Again, good collection of partners summarized on this slide. If you visualize our vision and mission, I think this really is a diagram showing the core components of our center, from the scientific part represented through a collection of convergent science catalysts to pursue transformative geospatial and telecoupling understanding enabled by geospatial AI data science. And of course, spatial AI challenge is part of this component, and supported by advanced cyberinfrastructure. That's the third one from the left of this hexagon diagram. And from the right, we conduct a variety of education workforce development programs and engage, as I mentioned earlier, with a variety of partners. And we regularly evaluate what we do, given the size of the center, and to optimize how we synergize the diverse activities and the components of our programs and activities, and pursue also knowledge transfer along the way from outside of the center perspective. And scientifically, we're tackling an array of sustainability challenges, and of course, a key focus of our iGuide is the notion that the sustainability challenges are not isolated. They're often interdependent, and the geospatial really is a key dimension of addressing the interconnectedness among these challenges. And from the iGuide perspective, we have three core approaches: map, connect, and discover, which I'll tell you a bit more. And now let's focus on spatial AI. By spatial AI, we mean the integration of AI technologies with spatial data and models to understand space and the environment and make related decisions. And methodologically, spatial AI involves advancing and using machine learning, computer vision, and other AI techniques to process, analyze, and synthesize data that has a geographic or spatial component, such as cartographic maps, satellite images, and location-based data. So pretty mouthful for characterizing what spatial AI is. But simply, if we abstract what spatial AI represents, it's the intersection among three broad multidisciplinary domains, spatial intelligence, often coming from cognitive science, and AI machine learning. This is computing and data science, and geospatial science technology, yet another multidisciplinary domain. So spatial AI represents the intersection among these three multidisciplinary domains. And what is the challenge we're running here is to mobilize a global competition, leveraging spatial AI for tackling sustainability and resilience challenges. Our focus is on fair data, which I'll tell you what that means, and open science practices, and encourages innovation and also scalable solutions to sustainability challenges. So fair means findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. And we are promoting collaboration and computational reproducibility, which is highly synergistic with the general FAIR principles. And we aim to accelerate innovation through this competition and for the benefit of solving complex sustainability challenges. So we hope you would be interested to participate because this challenge offers hands-on experience with the cutting-edge technology, in particular using the iGuide platform. The iGuide project has been developing, and together we want to advance responsible and open science, which is a very critical area in the evolution of spatial AI at this point. And of course, participants will have opportunity to be recognized and win awards. And we would want to contribute to solving real-world problems through dynamic collaborations, the spatial AI challenge expected to foster. And through this process, we expect participants would have skill building and ample learning opportunities. I mentioned iGuide platform a few times. Essentially, this platform provides a holistic collection of tools for geospatial data discovery, analysis, and sharing. In particular, supports large-scale computationally intensive modeling and reproducible workflows, and facilitates interdisciplinary collaboration. iGuide platform, in the three key approaches of iGuide, represents this connect approach. And of course, discovery is coming from the scientific research side, and the map is the geospatial part of the core approaches of the iGuide project. And within the iGuide project, we have over a dozen disciplines represented. Experts from these disciplines are collaborating with each other to link knowledge from these different domains and their associated communities, and of course, the data we're generating and we're processing, and the educational resources associated through the process of knowledge production, and also the partners, as I mentioned, we collaborated with. So the iGuide platform is this key approach that brings all together these diverse aspects of what we do. And this is a short video. If I will go ahead to play with it, but before I do that, I'll share with you that this is created by Rebecca van der Walle, who's a PhD student. I have the privilege of advising, and she does a great job. through this video explaining to you the basics of the iGuide platform. Oops. Let me get this started.
Welcome. In this video, we'll provide an overview of the iGuide platform and show how it can be used to enable and support convergent science. The iGuide platform is an open and searchable knowledge base for diverse geospatial and sustainability research communities. The iGuide platform is developed by iGuide, the Institute for Geospatial Understanding through an integrative discovery environment that is supported by the National Science Foundation. The iGuide platform consists of linked knowledge elements contributed by a multidisciplinary community focused on harnessing the geospatial data revolution to empower convergent science. Knowledge elements include maps, data sets, notebooks, publications, educational resources, and more. Knowledge elements within the iGuide platform are actionable. For example, after discovering a computational notebook of interest, you can immediately run it in an interactive Jupyter environment. The iGuide platform is convergent. It's built to connect knowledge elements across diverse fields, addressing broad sustainability challenges. With embedded capabilities to connect to high-performance computing resources, the iGuide platform is also scalable. Using CyberGIS, for example, you can easily run your scientific workflows on remote high-performance computing resources to tackle large-scale problems. Here are some of the ways you can interact with the iGuide platform. You can explore platform content to discover interesting knowledge elements. You can locate a specific knowledge element, searching using keywords as well as tags or contributor names. Having found an element of interest, you can discover related elements through knowledge networks learned by the platform. The iGuide platform is designed to be user-centric with simple interactive features. You can create a user profile on the platform that seamlessly connects the knowledge base with an integrated Jupyter environment supported by powerful high-performance computing resources. After creating a user account, you can open interactive computational notebooks contributed by other iGuide platform users in a personal Jupyter instance, as well as create and run your own interactive Jupyter notebooks. Finally, as an iGuide platform user, you can contribute your own knowledge elements to expand and enrich the knowledge base for enhancing the impact of your own work, while also benefiting the broader community. Visit the iGuide platform at platform.i-guide.io to start exploring today. Welcome.
All right, that was a quick overview of the iGuide platform. I'll highlight a few features mentioned briefly by Becky in her video. The feature here on this slide summarizes this notion of data on demand, designed for usability and simplicity for users to work with the data that is shared on the platform. So there are few ways you could directly work with the data. One is this direct access through lines of codes. Another way is library for accessing data sets, because in this Spatial AI challenge, we invite participants to have their data shared on the iGuide platform. So we expect this feature to be important, as was widely used by the participants, as was expecting this feature to be improved based on the needs of the participants in this Spatial AI challenge. Another feature, as I mentioned, iGuide platform supports large-scale computationally intensive analysis and modeling workflows. So here's a diagram showing how this is done on the platform on the left, which essentially is coming from the user end. You have your Jupyter notebooks getting interfaced with the middleware, in this case, including, for instance, CyberGIS compute to manage high-performance computing resources, and the GeoEDF engine is to pull data and transform data into easy formats or easy representations for users to work with. And further down to the right, you have these tasks getting to the basic physical infrastructure, including the storage part on the right side. So the importance of this diagram is that users, in this case, will not need to be concerned about the complexity of interacting with from the middleware to the high performance computing to the storage, mostly the iGuide platform, as you saw from the overview. Becky provides basically simplify the user experience. But at the same time, of course, it's useful to know iGuide platform sitting on top of advanced cyber infrastructure to enable large scale analysis and modeling tasks and workflows. So of course, if you want to know more about how the iGuide platform does scalable computation in this context, this recent paper could point you to useful information as well as links to the software distribution of CyberJS Compute. But also, we highlight in this Spatial AI challenge the importance of open and responsible science. As part of that is the ethics involved in handling geospatial data. And as a feature of iGuide, we are developing the guidelines and support for you, the participants of this Spatial AI challenge, to be aware of the ethical implications of your data handling, data modeling, and Spatial AI work. And this is also a unique feature of the platform we are continuing to advance. So back to the overarching goals of the challenge. As I mentioned, we aim to advance fair data and open science and foster collaboration among diverse teams we expect to have. And together we want to create impactful solutions addressing sustainability challenges. So the format of the challenge, you need to get it registered. I'll show you later a simple form for submitting your abstracts. And from that point, you either participate as a single member or you have a team. And if you do have a team, your team formation needs to be specified and the team information needs to be submitted as well. And there are two tracks I'll explain to you. There's an open problem track. You need to select a problem. And of course, you could also contribute your own application, spatial AI model and data set, and choose your own problem. And then, of course, the central part of this competition is the solution development. And once you submit your solution, we have a rigorous process for evaluating your solutions and to determine the winners of the challenge. So along the way, through the iGuide platform, we will help you curate your data sets and we'll provide tutorials for you to work with the resources on the iGuide platform and also work with the iGuide project team as a whole. The iGuide project team will provide mentoring for you to take advantage of our resources and expertise. And we have a dedicated Slack channel created for fostering collaboration. So how to participate? This URL link is the website of the Spatial AI Challenge embedded within the iGuide project website. By December 16th, you would need to register yourself and submit your abstract for you to be part of this challenge. And at this point, you are welcome to explore current datasets available on the iGuide platform. And after you get registered, after your abstract will be going through a preliminary evaluation, you will receive an invitation to join the challenge. And from that point, you will start developing your solution. And I'll show you the key dates for your multiple steps once you start developing your solutions, making sure you follow the timetable to get your solution submitted on time. So there are two tracks, as I indicated. The first one is integration of data model and application, focusing on AI-ready spatial data sets and geospatial data fusion tasks, explainable and generalizable spatial AI models, and/or real-world applications that address pressing sustainability challenges. So essentially, you would submit a bundle of data model and application representing the problem of your interest you would like to solve. And then we will have a collection of open problems we would invite the broader community to contribute solutions to. And this second track is focusing on novel solutions to challenging problems that have real world impacts. Currently, we have 2 example problems on the Spatial AI Challenge website, which we could discuss after my presentation. So there are 6 broad evaluation criteria. The first one is computational reproducibility, meaning the solutions you submit, not only you will be able to execute on the IGAT platform, and other users of the platform should be able to repeat computationally what you will have done. And fair data principles and open science, including ethics in data handling, and impact and applicability. Is your solution just good for your own problem, or is your solution potentially applicable to similar problems? And of course, the innovation and creativity of your solutions. Responsible spatial AI, and whether your spatial AI approach and solutions hold the high standards of the knowledge production in ethics, again, but also explainable, and going back to the fair data principles again, and technical excellence. So all these 6 criteria, some of them are intersecting with each other, but collectively we hope to be able to recognize the most significant contributions you will be making to the field of spatial AI addressing sustainability challenges. Key dates, we've launched the challenge, as Anand mentioned a few months ago. We're coming quickly to the deadline for submitting abstract. In order for you to participate in the competition, this is a required step. And we expect to notify those who are selected to participate by early January, specifically January 3rd, 2025. The submission deadline for your initial solution is March 31st, next spring. And there's a short window of open competition for all the participants to refine their solutions. That's going to be 2 weeks. So after your initial submission of your solutions, in 2 weeks, you're expected to submit your final solutions. So this 2-week window is really for all the participants to actually be able to see other submissions on the iGuide platform, and then quickly learn from each other, and then refine your solutions and come up with the best final contributions to the Spatial AI Challenge. And then in about a month, we will be able to announce the winners. So the URL is the link, which I'll go to the website of the Spatial AI Challenge together with you during our discussion to walk you through several parts of the website. But before that, I want to wrap up this small slide deck by highlighting the excitement we have from the iGuide project and community at large. this notion of spatial AI for sustainability represents the integration and synthesis of multiple knowledge tiers. From the right side of this slide, the figure showing the bottom, the advanced computing, rapid evolution of the technologies, supporting the development of science technology from the geospatial perspective, CyberGIS in particular, taking advantage of advanced cyber infrastructure, and of course, the geospatial data science. On top of that, supported by a variety of spatial computational theories and methods, in turn enabling a variety of computation data intensive applications and sciences. And this requires convergence at scale and guided by critical spatial thinking, but really driven by digital transformation. So that's the gist of what the spatial AI challenge is for sustainability. And of course, it's not me or Anand that could make this possible, but rather our iGuide project team, as well as related community members. We just had this iGuide forum in October in Jackson, Wyoming. Picture of some of us, but kudos to I think our iGuide project and team coming up with this spatial AI challenge idea. And also the summer school we had last year, and we expect to have the next year summer school, 2025, at the same location in Boulder, Colorado. And the winners of the Spatial AI Challenge, we are considering to invite to our next summer school, which is a week-long school, likely focused on spatial AI approaches to sustainability challenges. So with that, this is the final slide. You could see my contact, my email there. And this should leave the next half an hour for our Q&A. I'll stop, well, before I stop sharing my screen, I'll point you to the Spatial AI Challenge website. It's very easy to get to. If you go to the iGuide project website, which is iGuide, i-guide.io. That's it to get to this website I'm showing you. And then from there, one of the top menus.
Shravan, your website is not showing its slides are showing.
Aha. Okay. Thank you, Anand. Let me stop. Reshare, maybe. Now,
yeah.
can you? Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Anand. So this is the iGuide website. It's as simple as i-guide.io. You're getting to this website, and then if you go to events, which is the second to the left menu at the top of the page, and the second option, as I'm highlighting, Spatial AI Challenge 2024. If you click that, you're getting to the website of the Spatial AI Challenge. The basic call for participation is the page here I'm showing. And the application form is the one you want to pay particular attention to, because your abstract would need to be submitted through this form that is due December 16th. And I mentioned the open challenge problems. Currently, we have a couple of such problems contributed by a collaboration between iGuide and USGS. And one of the problems is to extract surface water features from elevation data. The other is to integrate surface water data for the national map. So if you go to the first one, you have a simple web page basically describing the data you will need to work with for addressing this open problem. So it's self-explanatory. I would not go into the specifics here, but this is a collection of data focused on an area in Alaska. So we also have a page FAQ for the Spatial AI Challenge. Feel free to walk through this. Basically, there are a good set of questions in different categories, such as eligibility, how to submit. As I was sharing with you the evaluation criteria, there are multiple questions related to that, and support and contact information. So the website here will continue to evolve based on the interactions we will have with the broader community, and possibly new information will come to life here as we continue the process of the Spatial AI Challenge. And I think that should be the intro part of the Spatial AI Challenge. And typically we have our virtual consulting office conducted to have a good amount of time for Q&A, and everyone here should be able to turn on your camera and become friends of us and ask any questions you want. And of course, feel free to post questions or comments to the chat as well. So this is a very much typical as a Zoom meeting after sort of the introductory part of our virtual consulting office, in short, VCO. So don't be shy. All questions are good because we know this challenge is potentially attracting participants and contributors from a variety of fields, given the nature of cross-cutting, as I summarized, from the spatial intelligence side and from the AI machine learning side and from geospatial science and technology side. So you combine those three broad multidisciplinary domains, you can imagine this is very multidisciplinary as a whole. So all questions are good to help us make sure your understanding of the Spatial AI Challenge and what you would do would be well matched with what we have designed for this challenge to benefit the community at large.
So Nick has a question first. Nick.
Hi, Xiaowen and Anand. Thank you for the presentation. I'm curious about if you could touch a little bit more on proposing an open problem and what goes into that, specifically what will be necessary for the abstract submission process, given that it's about a week away.
Thank you. So the two tracks, the first one is this integration of data model application. For that, you are supposed to submit by the December 16th deadline your idea. And specifically, we're also looking for your data computational requirements because increasingly spatial AI work is computationally intensive. I mentioned the example of our infrastructure and the tools needed to work with, for instance, scalable computational environment and resources. So that's one. Because Nick, the question you asked has the notion of the open problems. There's this second track. For instance, right now we have a couple of examples that are representing open problems coming from a collaboration between iGuide and USGS. So for that, in your submission December 16th, if you would be interested in any of those two problems, you would specify your choice for one of those problems. Now there's a third possibility. If anyone here, or broadly speaking from the community, say, hey, I want to work with iGuide to define an open problem. We don't have a whole lot of time left, but we are hoping to make this as flexible as possible. If, let's say in the next several weeks, we anticipate this would not go beyond early January next year, there could be a small set of new open problems introduced to this challenge. And then we will open this open problems to the broader community and invite participants to tackle this open problem, just like the two examples currently we have. So that's the third possibility beyond the existing two tracks. And for folks today who are listening, because we are, for instance, currently interacting with a few partners to define more open problems of choice for participants to contribute solutions to. Did that answer your question, Nick?
Yeah, yes, it did. So essentially, the open problems portion of it mostly focuses on solving the two that are right now present on the website, but you're open to if someone wants to propose one in the next week or so.
Right.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, because right now the deadline we have for announcing the abstracts we would accept is January 3rd. So we essentially anticipate by that time we would also close the process of accepting any open problems from our partners.
Okay. So then the December 16th deadline is for abstract submission, correct?
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments? And also feel free to use the chat.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you for the great explanation for the AI challenge. So my question is, can the papers in literature be geospatial data sets? Because I'm thinking of a project extracting geospatial information from the papers.
Yeah, if spatial AI, or in your case, could be geospatial AI, more focused on the geo side, is your methodological approach. We are completely open to any problems you might be interested to tackle. I mean, sustainability is broadly defined, but the challenge here is really the spatial AI challenge. And sounds like you're considering the track of integrating data, model, and application. So in this case, you would have your own application, and you would have your own data, and you might have an interesting model. You would bring this all together and showcase your idea for instance, extracting useful, valuable geospatial information from literature or from other sources. And you do this in a reproducible way, and making that process available to the community, I would say, yeah, so that should be eligible submission.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll write a Jupyter notebook for users to use that service.
That's a requirement for this challenge.
Yeah.
That's much appreciated because the Jupyter Notebook part is a major way of supporting computational reproducibility. Other users will be able to walk through your notebook to learn, what your spatial AI work essentially is accomplishing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. So there's a question in the chat. Could you please discuss the example problem statement one more time? If I understand your question correctly, you're asking about the two example problems on the website. So I could go back to the open challenge problems. There are two of those. I'll share my screen again. So this is the screen. Essentially, if you click the open challenge problems, you should be able to see now two problems. The first one is extract surface water features from elevation data. I could enlarge the text on my browser if that would be of help. It might not be a good use of our time here for me to read loud the description here. But if you were also curious, let me stop sharing the screen. If part of your question is also about how you would contribute an example problem as a open challenge problem, please feel free to follow up with me. Or you could, I think who asked this question? Vikash, right? Yeah, feel free to clarify your points if you're interested to contribute an example open challenge problem, and we'd be happy to discuss the possibility with you. As I said, we hope to finalize all the example open challenge problems by early January. Given the holiday break, we might not have many working days between now and then. So it'd be good to perhaps to get some quick follow-ups. Hello, yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm working on analyzing the satellite imagery with some AI models at the edge. So the question is that some kind of a problem that you support? And I was also hoping if you can talk about other problem statements that people have worked upon in the past through these kind of support structures.
Yeah, the problem you mentioned briefly seems to be a fit into the spatial AI challenge, meaning if you want to analyze remote sensing data through AI approaches, normally you would need to tailor generic AI methods to spatial AI strategies in order to address typically remote sensing data focused on Earth and the environment. So it seems to be a fit there. You might consider track one, which is to combine your data model and application together as a single submission. And you could do by yourself, or you could have a team to contribute your solution to this. But I think part of your thinking may be also related to if you have a very challenging problem, like the two examples coming from the US Geological Survey, and you wanted the global community to say, hey, why not we have more smart folks join me, right? See what the broader community could come up with in terms of potentially innovative solutions. So you will be defining some problems, open challenge problems. In that case, you would partner with us, iGuide, to do so. And then typically, I should say we expect sponsorship because the partners we work with contributing these open challenge problems tend to have funding or facility infrastructure to allow us to frame the problems appropriately so that the insights we will gain would be beneficial to what they do.
I see.
So I would say that in a generic way. In some cases, we might not expect a sponsorship if you would present to us a really exciting problem and you don't have any resources, you just feel like the problem is so exciting, the world should know, and you want to invite people to work on. We're open-minded, but typically for the open challenge problems, we expect partners to basically have their staff, because once this process is started, you or your team members actually need to be available to work with us because iGuide might not have all the expertise and the resources to be able to address the questions
And
or
in the way you explained it, who are your partners?
USGS. For the two examples I showed on the current list of open challenge problems, US Geological Survey is our partner.
Okay. Okay. So so people like me define the problem statement. You help it frame it in a broader sense.
Right.
And your partner network, my team and your partner network and yourself, your resources will collaboratively solve the problem. Did I get it correctly?
Exactly.
Okay. And if you can please repeat the part on the funding. You said something about the funding in between.
Right. So the funding part is what I refer to as a sponsorship, right? So if your organization want to define a problem to work with us, to invite the broader community to develop solutions to the problems you want to define, you at least need to make yourself, your team available, your staff, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
the regular communications to make sure the participants in our challenge, if they submit solutions to your problems you are defining, would get the right understanding of what these problems are. So it's a evolving collaborative process, and typically that's
Yes.
true for all these kinds of challenges in our broader community we are running. So and of course, because we're giving out awards, after all, right? We would select the most interesting solutions, and we want to recognize those winners through their participation in this challenge. And typically, the partners will contribute to those awards. Could be travel support or could be monetary awards. Could be the winners of the challenge solving the problem you define, go visit you, present their solutions to you for the next steps you would collaborate on, right? So this could involve resources needed to take such actions. So there
Gotcha.
could be multiple modalities of such sponsorship. Again, if you and your organization are interested in this process, we'd be happy to explore further with you.
Gotcha. And one clarifying question in what you just said, there is the problem statement definer. I understand your role. I understand the USGIS role. So there is a fourth role here who are actually solving the problems, is what you're also said, right? Because in the end, you said they will come and pitch the solutions to the problem definer. Is that how you said it? The fourth, is there a fourth role or no?
No, there's no fourth role. Once the problems are defined and they're sort of open presented to the broader community, we would be, let's see, in this case, your organization and iGuide would be working together to help the broader community to develop their solutions to the problem
Okay.
you are defining. So, I mean, that process will run until next March, so roughly 3 to 4 months. And then this is sort of the period we would expect some interesting but frequent communications, right, between the providers of the problems and iGuide, and of course, interact with the broader community. We expect some submissions of interesting solutions.
Yep. Thanks for clarifying.
Of course. Would you mind if I ask your organization?
I'm actually a startup founder. I'm solving a small problem in the geospatial industry,
Oh,
and I'm listening in that context. And I have a problem in mind, and I'm looking for various support structures. So that's where I am.
okay. Good to know. Thank you. I think Xue Zhi.
Hi, hello, Professor Wang. I'm Xue Zhi. I have a question. So as of today, so when people talk about AI, so that mainly refers to the deep learning style AI. So, but I was wondering whether this challenge is mainly focused on the deep learning novel style AI or all types of AI, like even the general stack, for example. In a very extreme case, like the tree search or the simple linear regression could also be considered some type of AI. So I was wondering the range of the spatial AI's definition in this challenge.
It's broadly defined. If you might remember the slide, I had this Venn diagram showing spatial intelligence, AI, and machine learning. I specifically called out machine learning because a lot of times people essentially making no distinction between AI and machine learning. They are actually different, as your question indicated. And of course, the geospatial science and technology is the third part of that Venn diagram. So from that Venn diagram, you would imply that AI is broadly defined and spatial AI is broadly defined.
Okay, thank you for your explanation. So basically, based on my understanding, so all of the computation method should be considered type of the AI.
That's not true. AI is a distinctive field of its own. And of course, without the modern computational advances, AI would not be there. But AI does not mean anything involves computation would be equivalent to AI. AI is the machine you might consider as a way of the process of machine mimicking intelligence computationally. But I would not say, anything you run through computational processes would be generally considered aiming for intelligent outcomes or goals. So since you used linear regression as an example, I would not consider linear regression as an AI approach.
Okay, thank you for your explanation.
Thanks for your question.
Do we have any further questions? You're almost coming to the top of the hour. No? If not, let's thank Shawan again for the good presentation as well as the leading the discussions and clarifying the questions. I think this was quite helpful. So, and thank all of us, all of the audience for attending. And we will hope to see many of your submissions in the abstracts next week. And next week we'll also have another VCO section which will be advertised, which is being advertised, and we hope many of you will join that, and that will cover the platform. So thank you all, and we'll see you next week in another VCO session.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you all for your participation.